People will bring you down. There's nothing worse than having an anchor in your life. And by an anchor, I mean somebody who holds you down. I'm not talking about an anchor, somebody who's your support base that you can lean back on and they ain't gonna let you fall. See, a lot of people are under the impression that we need a mentor. You don't just need a mentor, you need a mentor and a cheerleader. A mentor is somebody in the business that can give you knowledge and expertise about what it is that you want to do. A cheerleader is somebody that keeps you from falling in that abyss that you inevitably will encounter over some course of your career, because it happens to us all. And they don't let you fall so far before lifting you up. Elmer Smith is a friend of mine for life because he did that for me. He was a mentor and a cheerleader. Mike Booth is a friend of mine for life because he was a mentor and a cheerleader. He did that for me. People, I would not be standing here today if it weren't for them, because you know you lose it. You get depressed, get temperamental, lose your way. Nobody's there to lift you up or to hold you up and say it's going to be all right. So you need a mentor and a cheerleader. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is, a lot of these athletes don't have that. They just have cheerleaders. Somebody that's going to tell them what they want to hear because they want to continue to get paid and to have their quality of life subsidized by individuals and their money instead of that person's own money. And what you have is you have to see through that. And a lot of times these guys don't. Now some, it's forgivable. Because if you come from the streets, if you come from a certain environment, what happens is that it's incredibly dangerous to distance yourself flagrantly from that element. Then people resent you for it, and they may try to do you harm. And it's very difficult to go home. So you understand that fear factor, and you've got to handle that delicately and be cognizant of that. But there are others that are just flat out ignorant. They think that what they're doing is going to last forever. I made $50 million. Where's that going? I made $100 million. Where's that going? And they surely find out that it can disappear fast if you can't be responsible. And that's what's going on. And these guys do that all the time. And it's really unfortunate because I've said this to many athletes in the past. The drug dealer on the street is better than you. You know why? Because they don't let you mess with their money. How could you be that stupid? There are athletes that are due on the street corner will walk up and slap him upside his head because he'll say, you don't have any business. When I was an aspiring basketball player, before I went to college, I was constantly in the park trying to play basketball. It was the drug dealer that told the other drug dealers, don't touch that boy. I don't want to see him doing any watching out for the cops. I don't want to see him doing anything. You leave him alone. You touch him, you're going to have to deal with me. That's what they said.
Hello?
That's what they said. They wouldn't let it happen to me. And they wouldn't let it happen to me because they said, you got a future. You don't belong here. And if they had seen me on the corner, they'd have slapped me upside my head. Because they said they didn't have a choice. Or they made the wrong choices and they wouldn't let me do it. These athletes have a lot of that going on themselves. And they ignore it. And that's why they find themselves in trouble. Thank you for your question. Yes, sir.
How you doing?